Hi, Steve Ray here from Berkshire Real Estate with another episode of Park Bench Pittsfield. Today we're here in our downtown Pittsfield office with Steve Bateman, local celebrity, Jimmy Fund contributor, musician, hunter. Steve, thanks for coming in today.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me.
So, Steve, first of all, tell us a little bit about you, what you do every day, and what you are in this community.
Well, I work at General Dynamics as a guidance inspector, and then I'm also on the union committee there, and involved in the Berkshire County Jimmy Fund Council. I'm on the Coolidge Park Reunion Committee. I'm the chairman for the Harry Bateman Jimmy Fund Fishing Derby Committee, and I play in local bands and try to help out people where I can, and try to do some right things and do some good things.
Well, speaking of that, I'm not sure if there's anything better than the 28th annual Harry Bateman Fishing Derby. A tremendous thing you've done in this community. Keep going, but give us a little history of how that started and how you ended up here 28 years later.
My father, he was on the original Berkshire County Jimmy Fund Council when it was just a bunch of guys, and they got together with ice fishing derby, help out a little girl that got sick at the time. And then he was on part of that, and I used to bring him to these events, but I never paid attention. I would just donate to the cause. And then he ended up getting cancer, and he passed away from that. And I said, gee, I'd like to do something in honor and remembering him, and send it down to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute for Children, so it's going to research to help out children. And I didn't want him to see anybody go through what he went through. So we started up the fishing derby. And right after he passed away, and we kept going. First, we really didn't know what we were doing, And I went to all these events, and actually his friends, Jack Danilin and Bruce McGivern, they said, why don't you do things different than everybody else and then kick it up a notch? And then my good friend Steve Jingers and my wife helped me out. And after a year or two, they're like, we're giving away way too much stuff. And I said, well, we can't stop this now. So as now, our very first fishing derby, I think we had 52 people, 56 maybe, and last year we had over 300 people.
So how much you send down the first time?
First time we sent down about $700.
The Jimmy Fund.
And last year we sent down close to $7,000.
So as somebody I can tell you, as somebody who's, my father was a patient at Dana-Farber, and my son was a patient at Dana-Farber, I can tell you that anyone who's been down there really appreciates the contributions that people like you make and the efforts you make. I think what some people don't realize is that every dollar that goes to the Jimmy Fund goes to cancer research.
Oh yeah, it's all going to research, and they do amazing things down there. And with the council, we put on a bunch of events, and all of the money from the councils go down there to help out with the research down there at Dana-Farber.
So your father instills a sense of community spirit.
Oh yeah, it
ends up with cancer. And you direct that same community spirit that your father passed on to you to the Jimmy Fund.
Oh yeah,
Now, summer event.
Yeah, this is the summer event, and it's a free fishing weekend. Nobody needs a fishing license, so it's always the first weekend of June. And we also, we're there to raise money for the Jimmy Fund, but we want people leaving saying they had the best time ever at a fishing event. So
just an example, I know a few kids walked away with bicycles this past year.
Oh yeah, bikes. We give out bicycles. All the kids walk away with a free gift, and then I'll go around after and I'll ask kids, hey, did you win anything? And if I got stuff left over, we'll give that to them too. So we want everybody leaving saying they had a great time.
Now you also give out a few awards.
Oh yeah, we give
that
out.
are named after people who have been real contributors to this community. Maybe you can touch on that.
Oh yeah, we have trophies, and most of them are dedicated to people. Chris Porter for one guy, and not too many people didn't know Chris. And
a legend when it comes to support for the Jimmy Fund and sportsmanship in general.
And just, I don't think Chris said no to anybody. He helped out so many people. Guy Jack Danilin, he's the one that helped out with a lot of the rules for this fishing derby, and we give out one in dedicated memory of him. And then people that have been to the fishing derby, part of it helped out in some way. We donated another one. We started doing was Guy Butch Patrick taught a whole bunch of kids how to fish up there. I don't know how many people he passed on.
Which was a great
Yeah,
guy who recently just passed away. Yeah.
So what we do now is we give out the bicycles, and we take all the girls and boys bike tickets, we put them together, and we give out a tackle box with Butch's name on it.
That's great.
Dedicated memory of Butch. So.
And then of course our
Yep.
old buddy Carl.
Yeah, Carl DeLuce, good friend of ours. He helped out every year with this. So from now on, you know, we try to make it good for the adults now. We're giving out a tailgate grill dedicated in memory of Carl DeLuce with some type of Patriots themed
Great stuff.
item. And Carl, like I said, he helped out with us tremendously, and many other things he helped out with.
So you mentioned you're in a band.
Yeah.
Now, you've been in a lot of bands.
Oh, yeah.
And play a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know how a busy guy like you finds time to do that, but let's talk a few minutes about your hobby of music.
Yeah, well, I started out playing guitar in 1982. Didn't know what I was doing, and I never took any lessons. So I would go out to the bars and see bands, and actually, he doesn't even know, but John Zarvis was my guitar player. I would watch John play, and I respect him tremendously. And I would go watch John play, or run home, and I would remember where he played the songs and practice, and that's pretty much how I ended up learning how to play guitar. I'd watch the local guitarists or rock bands, and then I'd see where they had their hands going, and then I listened, and that's how I learned how to play guitar. And then I got in a band in 1987, Crazy Annie, and then in 1990 I was in a band called Public Nuisance. Then I was in a heavy metal band called Gangland. Then I got in a band, Mr. Bone, then got back in another version of Crazy Annie. And then most recently, I was in a band, Red Handed, and with Red Handed, we played countless numbers of benefits to help out local families around Berkshire County.
Just keep giving back, Steve.
Yeah. I've been playing out with bands and benefits since '87. So, if you can help somebody out and play music, and have a good time, and everybody has a good time, that's nice.
Now, most recently, you've also revisited an old hobby of yours, and that's gone back to hunting, huh?
Oh yeah. I missed out hunting. My father went hunting with my father. That's all we did when we were kids. And actually, when I got in, going up to Taconic, it was still 10th grade, and everybody goes 9th grade. And in 9th grade, they go, "Hey, you gonna play football or anything?" I said, "I'm going hunting with my father." So that's what I did. I went hunting, and just recently took it up because I missed 14 years because my son played travel hockey. And if anybody knows anything about travel hockey, you're not doing anything else. You're not. That's all you're doing. Yeah.
So, Steve, circling back to the fishing derby and what your efforts for the Jimmy Fund, how many volunteers does it take to run these things?
I have a great team. My wife is in charge of the registration, and she works that with Beth Bigelow and my sister-in-law Andrea. The kitchen's run by my cousin Veronica, her sister Erica, Steve Jingris, his wife. Steve Jingris, me and Steve have been friends since we were in kindergarten, and he helps me out tirelessly with every year. He's kind of like the quarterback. He'll say, "Hey, somebody needs something here, got to get something here." And I used to do the weigh-in, but now my son Ryan and Steve's son Nick, they weigh the fish in, and then John Bigelow, he'll go around, and what he does is we have a thing called the Sportsman Award. Now, everybody that comes to the fishing derby, the Sportsman Award, the kid doesn't have to catch anything but put a great effort into fishing. And we load a tackle box with over $100 worth of stuff, and we'll give it out to the kid that's really putting the effort in fishing. Last year we gave it to a kid. John said this kid was out there fishing. He was doing everything he could to get this lure, to retrieve this lure, because he didn't want to lose it, And then another year, a girl was out there, it was pouring rain with a dress on and tights. And she was out there fishing all day while everybody was inside, and she sat out there, and we gave it to her. So
Great.
We really like giving that gift out.
So, maybe closing up here,
Yeah.
what are things, maybe events coming up people don't know? What else is going on? Is
Yeah.
it just this derby?
We
Got a winter one?
Yeah, we got a winter ice fishing derby coming up this Sunday. Then our next
This Sunday?
this Sunday at Norda Lake at the Pavilion. Then our next Jimmy Fund event will be my fishing derby.
On the 28th, I'm sorry.
June
Where is it? It's
6th.
right here, June 6th?
Yeah, June 6th. That's also at the Pavilion, and that's also free fishing weekend. And then right after that, we have a Jimmy Fund event, the golf tournament, the Paul Dowd Golf Classic.
Another legend.
Yeah.
contributor, community.
Anybody knew Paul Dowd, he helped out so many people you can't even know. And then after that, we have the Little League 9 to 10-year-olds run by Jill Doe and Keith Levelette. And that's in memory of John Cody, another great guy. And then right after our last Jimmy Fund event will be the Glow Ball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they have that. And, there's the Berkshire County Council does a lot of things to help out a lot of people of Berkshire County, and also help out, the research, with raising funds for the research down there.
There's an old saying, if you want to get something done,
Yeah.
ask the busiest guy in the room.
Yeah.
How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can contact me through Facebook, and that's at Stephen M. Bateman on Facebook, or my home email address is iggnatz@msn.com. Ignatz@msn.com, and my nickname is Ig, so it's kind of pretty easy to find.
We will have that link below, and certainly will be linked to the Facebook page.
Yep.
Steve Bateman, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars given to the Jimmy Fund.
Yep.
Hundreds of volunteers.
Oh yeah, so many. You can't do nothing without a great team of people, and got a great team. Christy Callahan, my brother-in-law, Don Davis. There's another guy. He's always donating some cause and charity, helping out everybody, and all the local sponsors. This is the biggest fishing derby probably in Western Massachusetts. It's all by friends, donations from kind friends that help out. So
Steve Bateman and the Jimmy Fund. He's not a one-man band.
thanks,
Steve,
Yeah.
thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And thanks for your contribution to the community, and most particularly, the Jimmy Fund.
Thank you.